Today, my goal is to teach you how to change the oil on a Harley-Davidson Sportster. The purpose is to inform you on proper care for a motor vehicle. Have you ever needed to get your oil changed on a vehicle but wanted to do it yourself to save money? Today, I'm going to teach you how to change the oil on a Harley-Davidson Sportster and maybe help you out with saving some money this summer. I have worked on motorcycles ever since I was a teenager. Motorcycles are a huge part of my life and something I'm passionate about. I have put together many bikes and as well as taken many apart. I want you to be able to know how to change the oil on your own motorcycle. I'm going to cover the basics of changing the oil. We'll talk about what you will need to change the oil, how to drain it, reinstalling a drain tube, and putting in the new oil. You just can't go over to the bike and start changing the oil. You must prepare what you need in order to do this efficiently. Therefore, you will need to get everything you need out so that you will have what you need in one area. First, you will need the following: a drain pan, flathead screwdriver, funnel, correct oil. You will need to make sure your bike is secured in the upright position. This is to allow easy access to the drain tube. You also want to make sure that you have clean work area and plenty of space to work in. Next, you will need to start with draining the oil from the motorcycle. On a Harley Sportster, there is a drain tube, not a plug. You will be able to locate this by seeing a tube attached by a house clamp welded to the frame. See the picture located on the PowerPoint and follow along with me. You will do this by loosening the house clamp with a flathead screwdriver. Do not remove the tube until you have the drain pan in position. Pull the hose free from its nipple and allow the oil to drain into your drain pan. When the oil slows to a drip, replace the hose. Do not tighten the clamp yet. We will come back to this at a later time. The oil filter is located at the front of the engine between the frame down tube and the front cylinder. Move the oil pan to the front of the bike directly underneath the oil filter. Remove the oil filter. This may require an oil filter wrench. If you do not have an oil catcher, the oil will run down the frame and get onto some parts of the bike. There is no easy way to prevent this, so just wipe it down when it's done dripping. You will then move on to installing the new oil filter. To do this, we will open 1 quart of oil, pour it into the filter until the filter is about halfway full. Apply a small amount of clean oil to the rubber gasket on the new oil filter. Wipe down the oil filter mounting area and any oil residue that has run down onto the motorcycle. Carefully thread your new oil filter in place, turning it in a clockwise direction. Do not over tighten your filter. Only turn the filter a half turn past the point where you start to feel resistance from the gasket contacting the engine. You're almost finished. You will reinstall the drain tube. To do this, you will move the drain pan back underneath the oil drain tube. By this time, more oil will have collected in it. Remove the tube again and allow it to run out until it is just a light drip. Reinstall the oil drain tube on its nipple, tightening the hose clamp with a flathead screwdriver. Last, you will need to add the new oil. You'll need to pull the oil cap dipstick off the oil tank. Some models require the cap to be twisted first, then pulled. If you are not sure what model you have, work carefully and gently, making sure to not damage anything. Use your funnel. Slowly pour 3 quarts of oil into your oil tank. Although the Evolution engine holds up to 3.5 quarts after the rebuild or when after a refilled or new field, only 3 get replaced during the oil change. Use the oil cap dipstick to check your engine oil level, holding the bike level if you have been working with your side stand. Your oil should be kept between the 2 dipstick marks. After refilling the 3 quarts, it should be right to the top one. Today I taught you how to change the oil on a Harley Sportster. I won't ever talk about what you will need to change the oil, how to drain it, reinstalling a drain tube, and putting the new oil in. Changing your own oil can be self-rewarding as well as save you time and money. Motorcycles are fun to have and to ride. You must give your motorcycle proper care by maintaining the upkeep. You can always take your motorcycle to the shop to get the oil changed, but why not save the time and money and do it yourself? After you change the oil, you can go enjoy a ride on your motorcycle.
And good job.